Good afternoon, everyone. Jared Aquari here. Something different for today. For those who do know me, they know that I have a huge passion and love for fragrances. I post them here and there. I don't talk about them a lot, but I have quite the large collection. Um, and I'm part of a fragrance group on Facebook called Australian Fragrances. There's lots of good trades on there, swapping, good knowledge. People that are offering decants as well. So if you have a fragrance that you can't get a hold of or can't smell in store or anything like that, you can usually contact one of the numerous decanters on there, and one of them out of the, I guess there's about probably 6 or 7 on there, will have what you're looking for, and you can get a 1 ml, 2 ml, 5, 10, 30 ml, whatever kind of sample they're offering, which is really great. So then you have to go out and fork out the big bucks for something that you don't like, which there's a lot of people on there that do that, and then they obviously sell them for better prices on the group. But whilst scrolling through the group the other day, I found someone posted about this Sydney perfumer called Jalu, and I contacted him, and the reason I did that is because someone said they had a very good interpretation of Ébène Fume by Tom Ford. I'd never smelt it before. I was quite interested, and they said it was a really great interpretation, so I thought I might reach out to him, get a bottle of it. It's $70 for 100 ml, so I thought that was really good. Not a bank breaker, and I mean, lots of Tom Ford's fragrances I really love and enjoy, so why not? But in doing that, I wanted to sort of balance it up between the real one and this interpretation. So this morning I went to Mecca. I tried to get a sample, but they wouldn't allow me to get the sample. All I could get is the tester strip. I don't have tester strips on me at the moment, so I'm just going to spray the Jalu one straight on my skin. Got this morning as well. It's got a nice little case, matte black, heavyweight bottle. It's 100 ml. This one they call Mystic Ember. So Ébène Fume, Mystic Ember. A lot of comments on the Ébène Fume fragrance say that it is a very mystic, incensey wood fragrance. There's a slight floral middle or heart notes to it. I think there's a bit of rose and a bit of violet leaf, which is quite a good mix with all the incense and woods that are within Ébène Fume. So give this one a spray. Big atomizer. I can smell it already. It's got quite a green or even medicinal smell, a bit like eucalyptus or something. I don't know if that's the strength. It does have Palo Santo wood in the original, plus your incense as well. So I only smelt this morning. I've never smelt this prior to this, so I'm not too used to how this scent reacts. This one, I sprayed a lot on this because they wouldn't give me a sample, so I wanted to keep as much of the smell on the tester as I could. It's definitely a lot smoother, a bit more dulled down in the opening as compared to this one. Getting a bit more of that the floral notes coming through the middle, which kind of smooths it off with some resins as well, which is quite nice. But I don't know if it's the incense mixed with some of the other woods, but reminds me a bit of Tom Ford's London. I think that's very incense heavy with the woods as well. It's good though. It feels like it's more of a punchy version of the Ébène Fume. Definitely very, very close. Definitely noticeable. I have to see how the dry down goes. The potency of this one, I feel like it's going to take a while for it to hit the heart notes and get down to the base. Getting slight floral. I'm not quite sure what notes or formulation he has in this. I mean, apart from it being an eau de parfum, I don't know what oils or anything that he uses, so I might have to get a breakdown of what he puts into it, maybe, if he asks, if he'll allow me to know. But he's in Sydney, so I'm down in Melbourne. So this was shipped to me. He does it express for like $10, which is really good. He's got a whole other interpretations as well. So I know he does have a store. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly where his store is. I just hit him up over Instagram for Jalu fragrances. I think his name's Alan. And I do know that he has had a bit of issues because he does some videos where, like a lot of Middle Eastern perfumers, how someone brings the original Creed or Dior Sauvage in, and he mixes his interpretation in front of them and that. So I think he might have been a bit black flagged a couple of times from that. So last time I know, Jalu fragrance. Before that, he was Jalu parfum or perfumery or something like that. But hit him up on Instagram. He'll give you a list of everything that he does. I've got a couple of fragrances that aren't around anymore, which I can't get my hands on anywhere. One of them being Maison Margiela Untitled, which is a huge favorite of mine because I love the real greeny galbanum notes in that. Can't get it anymore. The Eau de Toilette version, I'm not a fan of. I feel like it's too citrusy for me compared to the original with the Eau de Parfum. So I've got a little bit of juice left. I might send it off to him and see what he can do to interpret it back, which would be pretty cool. And if he does a good job of it, then I'm definitely going to be buying more, that's for sure. So yeah, if you're keen on getting something, as I said, $70 for 100ml Eau de Parfum, definitely strong, very strong. Look him up.